Hey everyone, it's Sister Colton here, ready to start a second week. And so I just want to show you a few things to remember. I hope last week was good for you. I know there's still some unsettled feelings as you try to get to know the program, the layout, and the assignments, and kind of get used to the schedule and what's due when. So feel free to contact me when you have questions or concerns. I'm happy to help any way I can. That's what I'm here for. I'll say that all the time. So first I want to show you, if you have your folders over here, we just did introduction lesson. So this week we'll be starting lesson 1, and it's Welcome to Pathway. Covers a few things. If you go into the pre-gathering folder, that's where your materials and quiz are held. You'll notice the quiz is due this Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. So that's from here on out, your quizzes are due Wednesday night. And we're going to learn about the learning model, the BYU Idaho learning model, and so there's just a few steps there, and so we'll get to know that because you're going to set a goal based on some of those. We'll talk about that in just a second. So it'll talk about the 3 process steps of the learning model, and that is prepare, teach one another, and then you're going to ponder and prove. So get to know that. We're going to talk a little bit about honor code, look through all that. There's a video for you, and then you'll go in and take the quiz when you're ready. And there's the warning to make sure you don't look at it until you're ready to start. Make sure you are only using your notes and the materials that were provided and not other people or other sources outside of this material. Then you have your discussion board, the initial post, which is due by Wednesday at midnight. So let me show you when you go in there, that's in the post gathering folder, even though your initial post is due before the gathering. So if I click there, I'm inside the post gathering folder. This week I've split the class up into 4 groups, so it's a little more manageable. And so every week I change those so that you have a chance to see other people, respond to others, and learn from each other. And that way I have found that when there's about 10 people in each group, it's a little more doable. And some weeks I'll have more, some weeks I'll have less, but you'll notice that you won't have the entire class in your discussion board. The application activity asks you to set 2 short-term goals. So I'll walk you through the steps of what you need to do in order to set those goals. So it's going to talk about looking at the 8 categories, which include the 5 principles and then the 3 process steps. And as you get into this, you'll get to know what those are, so you can pick 2 categories in which you want to work on, and then you'll set 2 short-term goals, 2 goals that you can work on this week, because you'll give feedback on how that went. So once you're ready to do the application activity, it will talk to you a little bit about some of the content, and they'll ask you for those 2 short-term goals. This week, the last thing I want to talk to you about is teach a friend. We didn't have that last week, but from here on out, you'll have a teach a friend assignment, and that it goes through the steps of how to do this, but just a reminder, it needs to be somebody that's not taking this course. So it can be phone call your mom, your dad, you can Skype or FaceTime with a sibling, have a friend, it can be a coworker, your great-grandma, it can be someone that you would like to talk and teach about the content for that week. I have found that when students kind of think ahead and look at the material, it's really powerful when you think of someone in your life that would benefit from learning this material. So then not only is the person you're teaching learning, but you're learning as you have to teach someone. It really deepens your understanding and makes that more concrete. So that's kind of a heads up for what's going on this week. And once again, my office hours are Wednesday nights from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Jump on, and you just have to get into that discussion room. It's Adobe Connect, and the link is in my instructor folder. I'd be happy to talk with you if you have problems with part of iLearn or any questions. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.